Welcome to your second Arduino tutorial. In this tutorial we're actually going to get into taking the Arduino and uploading some code to it and see what it does. And in doing so we're going to use pin number 13 with the Arduino LED that's supposed to blink anyway. The LED that's built into the board. And then in the tutorial after this one we will actually connect our own LED to the 13th pin and see our own LED work. So first thing you need to do is you need to take out the USB cable that you have for the Arduino, and you want to plug that into your computer. I have plugged mine into my laptop. I'm recording off my desktop. And now we're going to take the Arduino, whatever Arduino you have, and you're going to plug the cable into the Arduino. And as you see, it is now on. Now, if your Arduino is brand new, I believe it already has a demo on it that'll make the pin on number 13 flash. But it is important that we understand why that flashing is happening and how we make that. So in order to do that, I'm going to switch over to my computer and actually type some code in. And you're going to watch that and you're going to learn a little bit how the Arduino code works. Alright guys, in this tutorial we're going to go over actually programming the Arduino. And you're going to write your first sketch and link it to your Arduino and watch it run. So type in Arduino in Google and Arduino download, and then you're going to go to download the Arduino software. And you're going to download whatever you see here. The latest version is 1.0.5 at the time of this video. You're going to download either the Windows installer or Windows zip file is what I usually use, or you can actually install it on your system. And then once you get it downloaded, you're going to go to your downloads folder. And if you download the installer, of course you're going to install it, but if you have the zip file, you're going to extract all and unzip it to where it looks like this. And then we're going to go in and we're going to actually start up the Arduino environment. Click run. At this time your Arduino Uno should be plugged up. You may have to install drivers. I think it'll work without installing drivers, or Windows should automatically install them. But if you have any problems, just ask me and I will attempt to help you. Okay, it says a new version of Arduino is available. I'm not going to get the new version right now because that's like an hour download for me because I have really slow internet. But anyway, let's get started writing code. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make two functions, void setup and void loop. And what a function is, it's a block of code that is ran. So if you type in setup, it would run that code hypothetically. But Arduino automatically looks for these functions when it compiles your code, and it will run each of these functions. First it looks for the setup function. This is the first thing that the Arduino will execute. And it'll go through here and it'll run whatever you have typed in here. And then after that it'll go into the loop, and it will just keep running that loop over and over and over again until the Arduino is either cut off, explodes because it's been on too long, or you happen to hit the reset button to want the Arduino to restart. So the first thing we need to do is we need to tell the Arduino what pin we're going to be using and what its purpose is going to be. So we're going to have to do that in the setup. So we're going to go pin mode, and we're going to put the pin number 13, and we're going to type output in all capital letters. And this is telling us that we're going to use pin 13 on the Arduino as an output. And now that we have that, we're going to go into the loop and actually write the code that'll make the pin flash on and off. We're gonna make it flash on and off every 500 milliseconds. So that's every half second. So we're gonna do digital write, and we're gonna do the pin number 13. We're gonna do high, and then we're gonna delay for 500 milliseconds, which is half a second. And then we're gonna do another digital write on pin number 13, low. And then once again we're going to delay for 500 more milliseconds. And if you upload this to your Arduino, it will work. Tools. Make sure you have your Arduino board set up. I have the Uno. If you have the 12 Nove, make sure you have that set up, or if you have the Nano or the Mega, or if you have the LilyPad Arduino, whatever you happen to have. It's just important to note that the Arduino LilyPad is a little different than the other Arduinos. Anyway, we're also going to make a slight adjustment to this code. We're going to make two variables. We're going to make a variable delay, or D time. We'll call it D time. That's delay time, not delta time, as some people may think it is. And we're going to put that as 500. And then we're also going to make another variable, LED pin, and assign that to 13. So now we're going to come in here and we're going to just simply replace this. And what this will enable you to do is you can simply change this in one spot, and it will affect all spots within your program in which the variable name exists. And now that you have this set up, we want to come up here and you're going to click upload. And as you see, it's compiling Sketch down here. And I don't think I actually made any errors. Let's hope not. Compiling Sketch. It takes a little while. The fact that I have screen cap software running right now probably is not helping me. Serial COM6 not found. Use COM4. I thought I already had COM4 selected. Done uploading. So now the sketch is on the Arduino, and even though you cannot see it right now, the light on my Arduino is flashing. Now let's say that you had an error print out down here in the bottom, and it was like, hey, there's a missing semicolon, or you look back and you realize that there's a semicolon missing, or it's complaining about a line number. Well, the important thing to note is that if you look down here in the very bottom, you'll see this little number. Right now it's set at 10. That is the current line number that you have selected within the document. As you see, that is incrementing as I click. So that is a great way to be able to debug your code and see what's wrong with it. It kind of isolates where the problem is. Therefore, you don't have to sit here and look at an entire chunk of code to figure out what is wrong with it. Another thing you may have had a problem with is your COM port. Make sure that you had it on the right COM port. If you have multiple COM ports right here, I'm going to teach you a little trick that will help you figure out what COM port your Arduino is on. And in order to do this, I want you to disconnect your Arduino. Or first, I want you to take a mental note of what is available here. And for me, it was COM4. Now I want you to unplug your Arduino. Now if you go to Tools, you'll see that there is nothing plugged up. That or you may see that if you had COM4, you may still have a COM6, but the COM4 will be gone. That tells you that your Arduino was on COM4, or whatever port it was that disappeared when you unplug your Arduino. Now I've plugged my Arduino back in, and it should pop back up. And as you see, yes, it did. It popped back up as COM4. That is it for this part. I'm going to flip it back over to the live recording of me with the Arduino to show you that it does work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side of with my webcam. Now if you take a look at your Arduino, you will notice that the pin that is attached, the LED attached to pin 13, is currently blinking on and off every 500 milliseconds or half a second. That is it for this tutorial, and we'll come back in the next tutorial and attach our own LED to this and see how we can make that work. Thanks for watching.